Hey everybody, I am just making a quick between class break video. I set up some Google alerts to find some information about some subjects that I'm interested in, one of which being my journey through an educational program that's focused on skill-based work. And one interesting thing came up. I'm going to link the article to this New York Times article that came up that said, well, I don't have the title right here in front of me, but essentially it talks about training to get training for on-the-job training. And it brings up this very interesting thing where people aren't graduating from high school really with the necessary skills they need in order to be able to do a lot of these on-the-job training programs. So just a little bit of a brief history. I went for a cohort program, which essentially is a little different from normal college programs. It's when you have a group of people who all are in a program together, attending the same classes, going the same days, and they graduate in a short period of time, say 4 months to a year. And in that program, they had a lot of classes like taking notes, mathematics for the trades, for instance. And when I was reading this New York Times article, one interesting thing that they were talking about was the ability to do things such as fractions, the ability to do very basic math or very basic skills that you need in order to do on-the-job stuff. And mathematics itself is an interesting thing because any trade program will require you to have some basic level 1 algebra, let's just say. Now, I'm currently enrolled at a community college. I am taking actually intermediate algebra, which is algebra 2, I believe. Similar program. I'm not really sure how high schools work. I've been out of high school so long, I have no memory of any of that. And also, I really disliked, I disliked high school, but I also disliked math too. Although I have to say, the experience that I'm having currently in college is drastically different than what I had previously. But I am finding myself struggling a little bit with, say, certain basic mathematical concepts, such as division, dividing by fractions, and decimal points. It's something that really had bothered me. And I was watching a program, I believe it was Dave Rubin, where he was interviewing a headmistress in London who was talking about the use of basic rudimentary educational skills, such as being able to do your times table, having those things memorized. And I was once employed at a company that majority of the people, it was a Chinese-owned company from Shenzhou. And one thing that they demonstrated was their ability to instantly add, subtract, and do basic arithmetic in their heads. And as I'm in my mathematics class, I've noticed my instructor is able to pull up numbers and just solve equations in a very fast rate because he has the basics down. And in many ways, mathematics, things like these small remedial things that we take for granted really when we're growing up because we're not really told how this stuff is going to apply for us. It's built up slowly in order for you to have more advanced skills. And when it comes to the trades, being able to do percentages, being able to figure out, well, what length of, say, wire I need and how much resistance is going to be in that wire are all essential things. And in this article, they're pretty much discussing the need for people to have basic skills before they enter on-the-job training. And where I find this fascinating is I'm seeing that same thing inside of my own educational journey. And I do need some, well, minor remedial help. The two areas that I need work on, of course, well, math and things such as, well, car basics, essentially, the anatomy of a car, what a marker light is, for instance. That was a very interesting story, and I'll share that at some time in the future. But I'm going to link the article below. This is just a short video on the break. I don't have time to really analyze it. I do have some chapters to read out of my book for my next upcoming class, and I am a little behind on that algebra homework that I was talking about. Anyway, let me know what your takeaway from this video was. Read that article, leave a comment or two below. Let me know what your experiences are. Have any of you entered the trades and found that your education was lacking? Have any of you found that the basic education that you got inside of school helped you later on in life? Let me know what you think. And of course, like, subscribe, and share. I'm on Minds. I am on Twitter. And I am here on YouTube. So click that little bell down below. Anyway, this is Adeptus Azul signing off.